Hello, everybody. So, we are going to dive into some real good deliciousness today because you have to understand that one thing about me that I've been doing for years is maybe not on this channel, but on my Cosmic Solace channel. And who knows, I might start doing streams if I can uh through there. But the thing is that in all seriousness, uh there's been a lot of stupidity uh, floating around here. So oh my god. We'll let some people come on in if they want, and I'll just wait for like a couple minutes, and we're actually gonna get to a lot of we're actually gonna get to a lot of good stuff. All right. So around the 2 maybe 3 minute mark, I'll start everything because this stuff is gonna be absolutely delicious. Okay. Come on in, everyone. Okay, so I'm gonna be sharing my screen here because this is gonna get good. Okay. So whoops. Oh, I'm trying to get this to work. So, everyone ready? I want to make sure if everyone can see my screen. I'm gonna check something first. Give me a second. Because I want to make sure that okay, hold on. So okay, oh. All right. Share screen. Okay. So we're gonna get into this. This is gonna be delicious because I don't want everybody to be misled here. So we're gonna crank this up, and I apologize for this. This is gonna get delicious. Ready?
Where do you come down on the censorship? Because that's another thing Democrats are very positive about. They're very pro-censorship. Think about that.
Well, I think that censorship is a very serious issue. issue. And I think that there are different ways that people can be deplatformed. I've seen in my own life and in my own career, there are different ways that people can be deplatformed.
Why do you want to be deplatform, especially when you are? Why do you want the opposition to be deplatformed when you yourself, I've got to say, have been basically spouting off a bunch of nonsense and misleading your audience to believe that you not just are you a spirit guide, but that you actually know better. You're a well-renowned author who preaches peace and who preaches truth. And this is a woman who really bashes corporations and all this other stuff, while all the while she's been funded by corporations. And again, I don't want to be again, I don't want to be, sorry for the stutter, I don't want to get political on this channel, but we do need to address people when they're talking a bunch of stupid nonsense. I want to curse a little bit here, but I'm gonna try to pull myself here. And I might just let it rip later on. But I swear to flipping God that she is she's always been a fraud. I've always seen her as this. Well, not always, not at the beginning, but then I started seeing that she started saying you're turning love into a political force. Political forces are very divisive. And the fact that she hid behind love reminds me of an Austrian dude from almost 100 years ago. So, you know who I'm talking about.
Disinformation is a form of deplatforming. Manipulating a narrative is a form of deplatforming.
That's exactly what you're known to do. I've seen your Twitter throughout the years, girl. I've seen your stupid flippin' Twitter smearing people, smearing P45, defending destruction in small towns. Meanwhile, look where the heck you are, in a freaking hotel room that probably costs like $300 a night. Who the heck are you to speak?
Making it appear as though you're not who in fact you are, or you.
That's exactly what you are. Sorry. I love when these people just totally and utterly project and just dig their own freaking graves. It's gorgeous.
You are who in fact you're not. That's really that's.
Yeah, that's you. Yep, that's you. You are a misleader. You're a misguider. People have looked up to you for decades, and now they've seen you as an inspiration, and you basically turn them into your own personal puppets. And you want to basically smear other people and point the finger at them for doing the same. Get the heck out of here.
One aspect of deplatforming. Obviously, I don't think deplatforming should happen, and I look at things such.
You just said that you want to deplatform people that you don't agree with or spread that disinformation. So you literally contradicted exactly what you said literally 3 seconds prior to you saying that. Oh my God. This flippin' gal really brings my piss to a boil.
as when Sacha Baron Cohen said back when there was a question about whether or not Hitler was, and whether or not Trump, Freudian slip there.
Oh! Freudian slip? No, it wasn't. You literally think that the leader of the Socialist Party is P45. Meanwhile, you praise the modern day person who models his freaking who models his politics after Fidel Castro, who models his politics after the person you just said, not the one that you said was the Freudian slip. No, it was not a Freudian slip, okay? That's exactly what you think you are. And do you know what? This girl is funded by a person who actually freaking just, who actually literally ratted people out, ratted minorities out, if you know what I said, I'm saying in the 40s, and profited off of it. And he worked under the man that she just said, oh, that's a Freudian slip. Shut up.
Whether or not Trump was going to be taken off Twitter. And I remember hearing Sacha Baron Cohen say, if Hitler were alive today, he would be taking out 30-second ads on Twitter or on Facebook. And that really hit me like a brick to the forehead. So no, I do not believe in deplatforming. And
you just said that you did. Do you see how this lady tries to play both sides? No, I don't believe in deplatforming. By the way, Trump P45 is Austrian painter. It is Austrian painter, Austrian socialist. I love how these people like this stupid bee, this stupid female dog, freaking is a jillionaire. She has more money than many people can ever imagine having or even seeing in their bank accounts, and she wants poverty for the common beings.
And I believe that there are some very, very serious and even evil things that do go on on the internet. On the other hand, I'm as worried as the next person. I don't really trust all aspects of the U.S. government or tech companies to tell me which ones are the ones that should be off.
BS. BS, girl. You are full of it. You work for GS. You know who I'm talking about. The puppet master. The puppet master of this current administration and the 44-minute administration. What the heck are you talking about?
So would
Hey guys, welcome to Forward. We're a new type of doctor's office that's providing preventative.
So would you be against censorship on social media?
So this is the reason why I like Jimmy Dore. He asks the right questions. He asked her a question. She basically gave him a non-answer. Basically, 45 is bad. Orange man bad. And he asked the question again, basically. What does this person say?
I am against censorship on social media. And if I were the president of the United States, I mean, you look at certain things like child pornography. You look at certain things like building bombs and telling people how to kill people. No, I don't think those things should be unpoliced on the internet.
Right. I mean, anything that, sure. Okay.
The obvious stuff. Okay, the obvious stuff. But how about opposition? I've looked at this lady's Twitter. She says some of the most obscure nonsense, and I don't want to hear that she doesn't want to be that she doesn't want people to be deplatformed. Have you? We can check her Twitter out later on, but I swear to God, ugh, this person is she's not honest. These are the kinds of people that are in our community. She's been a spiritual advisor for decades, and she's been endorsed by the people who subliminally are funded by the DS. These crazy warmongers and these divisive people who get Nobel Peace Prizes. God.
So what about so during COVID also, that's another thing. So this crazy shift has happened in the Democratic Party where it went from a left party to a completely authoritarian party, especially around COVID. And what were your feelings about?
By the way, regarding this because I know it's a highly sensitive topic. Do what's best for you. I do not endorse anything. I don't. You know that I have my opinions on the matter, but don't let my opinions just dictate yours. Okay, so we all have free will here, and you do have the right to do whatever. So if I'm not telling anybody to do or not to do, but because I don't want to be held liable. You are responsible for your own stuff. If you decide to do whatever, you have to suffer through the consequences. I just want to make that disclaimer.
The way the COVID was handled by Joe Biden and the Democrats?
My biggest concern, and the one that's quite upsetting to me right now, is the way he ended the emergency measures, so that millions of people have been cut off from Medicaid, millions of people have been cut off from their SNAP benefits and so forth.
You don't think that he was going to do that? You don't think that he was going to do that? I love how I'm not saying all Democrats, and again, I don't want this to be a political channel, but we need to address people like Marianne Williamson, because she for decades she's been huge in the new age and the spiritual community, and the fact that she's starting to say that she knows better and she has all this insights is completely and utterly false.
That's the part that I'm very upset about right now, because there's a difference between what they call a screaming emergency and a silent emergency. So when he cut off that emergency status, really it was saying to millions of people, go back to live your life the way it was. But for millions and millions of people, life even before COVID, and definitely now, are also an emergency. Poverty is an emergency. Homelessness is an emergency.
What are you going to do about it? I don't care about any of this. Here in California, where in the state that I live, I'm not going to say which city. I've been to San Francisco. When P45 was in office, the governor said no to our governor said no to P45's assistance, saying, hey, you know what? You've got a huge homeless crisis. You've got a big, ginormous homeless crisis that needs to be addressed. And I'm here to assist you. And the governor basically gave him the middle finger initially. Then he cried and said, oh my God, we need more assistance. But you know what? I'm sorry. But you know what? This is something like, let me ask you this. When has somebody like her, especially from that party, ever legitimately addressed something and followed through with it? What, LBJ? When he said that I'm going to make sure that these, like, that derogatory term, vote Democrat for the next 200-300 years. This is she's sounding like LBJ here.
Hunger is an emergency. So that's the worst part of it, that those emergency measures were taken away.
Emergency. Keyword, virtue signal. Jesus, you don't care about any of this. You were cheering for the burning of even Black-owned businesses during the riots. The quote-unquote peaceful protests, and when people, the Commonwealth, maybe not the Commonwealth, but your average citizen was starving and getting their houses and their businesses burned, you were backing this crap. And now you're saying, oh my God, there's burning and looting all over. We need to address the homelessness. You freaking stupid idiot. You supported this. Go look on your freaking social media. Do you know what? I'm not kidding. Later on, we're going to, if we have time, this might be a long stream, but if we have time, heck yeah, we're going to look at her social media. We're going to look at her Twitter. She's anything but what she's saying on screen. What she posts and what she preaches are not the same thing.
The moratorium on evictions, the moratorium on repayment of school loans. I think it really lays bare for all to see how cruel our system is.
And that has to deal with huge government. Our system is destroyed because of government control. Look at anybody in the comments section. If you're in the comments section, whether if it's in the chat or in the comment section after this post, why don't you tell me, how's your pocket looking? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thumbs up for and I don't mean the like or dislike. Give me a thumbs up for good. Give me a thumbs up for bad. Because people vote with their wallet, you idiot.
At this point.
So the system, not the not the people running it.
Jimmy with the hammer. How does Marianne respond to this?
Of course, it's the people running.
Okay, all right.
So okay. 3 angel number 333. 3 minutes and 33 seconds in, and you just completely said that what you've been preaching for the first 3 minutes is complete nonsense. Jesus.
So again, so during COVID, we went into a lot. They did all this because they had mandates and they lied to us And were there any of the lies that the establishment told? What were some of the lies that they told during COVID that made you the most angry?
I've been on her Twitter, and I don't want to speak for her, but I've been on her Twitter, and she has not been angry legitimately. Not even just her Twitter, but I've also looked on her podcast, which is total freaking garbage. She was not angry. She was in full support of this, and she was outraged that people were actually resisting this, saying, "I want my own freaking I want my bank accounts to be back. I want to go back to work. I like it when P45 was in here." But let's see how she responds.
I don't know about lies. What I know, my thought was that there were probably very, very good people who went to work every single day and were trying to absolutely do their best. But in this situation, as in pretty much every situation, I have it related to the U.S. government.
Oh, you average citizen, you working class citizen, sucks to be you. That's exactly what she just said. Well, TS. Yeah, we had the lockdowns. We had all this. You lost your job. Who gives a rip? Why do you think I have such disdain for people like this in our community? Why do you think I bash on Ishmael? Why do you think I bash on Marianne Williamson? Why? Because they freaking preach themselves as these great above holy than thou people. And then as soon as you ask them the right questions, they either dodge or justify their crappy behavior. Even if what they're telling you is either complete nonsense or it leads you to your own destruction, if it does anything harmful to you, they don't care. You honestly think that she cares? She's just acting like she cares.
I have healthy skepticism, and
No, you don't. You don't have healthy skepticism. You are biased AF. Okay? Look who you backed and look who's backing you.
I felt in that, as I feel in many others, that the pharmaceutical companies, when the pharmaceutical companies wouldn't even call back countries that were poor countries who were looking for the vaccine. And I was very concerned by the fact that there was so little conversation about treatment. In fact, there seemed to be such a suppression of it.
We have this new thing called vitamin D. There is evidence of the doctor, quote unquote doctor, that the name of over here that's in the title, she's basically defending that. She's saying that this dude, doesn't everybody remember when P45 was pushing out the juice? How they were saying you don't need this. This is poisonous. You just get diet and exercise, have a healthy lifestyle. We have natural immunity. You don't need this. Now and then as soon as he was out, they did a complete 180, like this stupid idiot.
Any kind of treatment. You weren't even allowed to say vitamin C. So
yeah, after the people that you endorsed, people were saying that when 45 was in, because it was contradictory to what he was doing. And now you do a 180 and weaponize his good deeds against him and saying he's bad. And now you're saying, oh, well, and now you're grifting. She's shifting back to like, oh, you just admitted, girl, with that statement that all this is a freaking fraud. You're a fraud. I've been calling you that for 5 freaking years.
I didn't have a problem with the fact that a vaccine was being developed, but
Initially you did. Shut up. You didn't do, but many people did. Shut up. You did, but now you're pulling back because someone else is in there. The freaking potato in chief.
I did have a problem with the fact that there seemed to be vaccine only conversation that was going on.
So it didn't bother you that they lied when when Fauci lied about masks, or when he lied about natural immunity or herd immunity?
Oh God. Oh my God. I don't know if I'm ready for this response because I know this is going to be painful, but what is she? Ugh.
When he lied about transmission or contraction, none of those lies bothered you?
So the proposition here is that is fact. I don't believe that.
That's the perfect freeze frame. It's like, what the heck are you talking about? What the heck did you just say? None of this worries you. Ugh. We're only past a quarter in. Oh, Jesus.
That Fauci is the Nazi war criminal, as one of my opponents practically says he is. I don't know.
Yeah. You're the people making over 6 figures and the people the puppet masters, which you are freaking controlled by yourself. You are controlled by the same person that's dangling the strings of P44 and this current P46. Shut up. Oh God.
No, I don't know.
You don't know if he lied about masks?
She knows. She knows. She knows. There are countless videos. Showing him lying. People need to understand that when it's on the internet, it's up there forever. The internet, even this I know this live stream, it's basically going to be in the files. And so if anybody wants to react to my reaction to this, they she looks to the side like jeez. She's trying to wiggle her way out.
I don't know what he knew.
Nonsense.
Well, he admitted he lied about masks. That's why. So you don't even know that he admitted he lied about masks, because he admitted he lied about it.
I love when she plays stupid. We all know she's not stupid. We all know that she's a former person, a former spiritual advisor trying to dictate how you should live your life, right? How you should be. Meanwhile, how often does she apply the rules to her audience for herself? Tell me.
He admitted that, yeah, but he didn't admit that he consciously, purposely.
No, he did.
lied.
He did. He admitted that he. Of course, he did. Of course, he admitted. He said he lied about it because they didn't have enough masks for hospital workers, so they had to lie so people wouldn't go out and buy them, and that's why that's called the noble lie. And so
Jimmy with the freaking hammer. Facts, my man. Facts.
That's what I'm talking about. That's one thing he lied. He also admitted he lied about herd immunity and that he would change those numbers as he felt. So that's two, and CNN even exposed that lie. So those are two lies. And then, of course, you know that they said that if you took the vaccine, it would stop the virus dead and stop the transmission. And you know they said that, and you know they lied when they were saying that, because Pfizer never even tested for that. And in the data, they all knew that. So they were saying that at a time. So these are the lies I'm talking about. You're not familiar with these lies?
Of course she's familiar with these lies. Of course she is. She knows. It wouldn't shock me if she's behind the scenes on this nonsense. She's playing stupid. She knows what the F happened. She works for these people.
I'm familiar with the controversy around it. Definitely. I am not enrolled in the way you are naming those things as though those were conscious lies that were spoken at the time in every instance. No.
Oh, so, oh my God. Your conscious lies. Oh, so basically what you just said here, when P45 was in office, that was all nonsense. That was all BS, horse feathers nonsense. And now so that's what you're saying. You're saying that your positions, the people initially, were the initial liars. Because when he was out, that's when you were pushing it. You did a 180 when P45 was out. And now you're basically outing yourself as a freaking liar. I love it. Do you see what the game this female dog plays? Ugh.
No, I'm not.
Well, Fauci admits to two of those lies. Do you know that? What about when he lied about gain of function, funding gain of function? He lied about that twice to Congress. And they also lied about where the virus came from. It came from a lab in Wuhan. And then we find out through the Freedom of Information request, we find out that Fauci used his power of funding to get those scientists to lie and change. And then you were called a white supremacist if you said that the virus came from a lab.
She's guilty of referring people to as that. She's guilty of that herself. She's guilty of that herself.
So you're not upset about that either?
No, she's not.
Yes, I am, Jimmy.
Exactly. He's laughing. She's not. You're so full of it, Marianne.
Yes, I am.
Oh, good. Okay,
Yes, I am. Shut up.
That's good.
So yes, I do believe it's from a lab. I always felt that it was from a lab, and I was very concerned and skeptical about that whole story, including the possibility of U.S. involvement from the.
What the hell? Sorry. Shoot. I just cursed. What in the world did you just say? You just said, "Oh, I'm skeptical," and this, that, and the other. I didn't know, and then, oh, I knew. The like literally 1 second after.
Begin.
This is why. This is why I can detect nonsense from Ishmael and Arcana Shores, because they all have this voice that Marianne Williamson puts on. They speak with confidence. They put they put on that somebody's ready to die therapist voice on, and then but if you listen to what they're saying and not how they're saying it, they are all own personal instruction. I'm not saying that Ishmael and Arcana are that, but but their voices are just masks. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna defame Ishmael or Arcana, because I don't know them well enough to say such things about them, and I don't want to be held liable. So I take back if if people saw that as like a smear piece, no, I'm not smearing. I apologize. That's just an opinion. That was just a venting moment. So no, I'm not putting those labels on Arcana and Ishmael. So, but let's continue.
On that one, I will give you. I absolutely.
And that he lied about funding that gain of function in Wuhan. He lied twice to Congress. I caught him twice. He probably did it more.
So if he did, then he should be held accountable
Okay.
because terrible things happen.
She got cornered. She doesn't know what to say. If that happened. Oh God.
So this is what I'm talking about. You know, these aren't, you know, these aren't differences of opinion.
Well, I disagree with you about that because I feel that even with what you're talking about with COVID, it's a narrative that, much like as you talk about Ukraine,
what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? So now she's shifting the goalposts. I know people like this in my personal life, or I knew them. And I have discussions with these, and it doesn't have to be with politics, but with people who take certain sides. They will shift the goalpost by changing the topic. Now we went from one topic, and now she's shifting it because she knows she's losing. She doesn't know. This is why, and Ishmael does this. They all try to shift the goalpost because they know that the opposition is correct.
Quoting George Bush, some good people can disagree. And when it comes to the issues about Fauci, I think that we are coming on.
By the way, P43 and P44 were not much different. It was just different skin tone and different party. He still bombed. He still created new wars. He still permitted foreign exchange, illegal foreign exchange of children, if you know what I mean. So I want to hear this. Yeah, exactly, Jimmy. That face is absolutely freaking correct.
To a time when there does need to be complete transparent, I don't know if we'll ever have it, but a transparency and investigation into what actually happened, and the U.S. and the actions of the U.S. government and what agencies, all that should be laid bare, and anyone who in any way betrayed the American people should be held accountable.
So it doesn't sound like you have enthusiasm for that kind of an investigation, but did you ever see that?
Of course she doesn't. She because she knows, and people need to realize that even though she's posing herself as the opposition, she is being funded by the same people that she's saying that we need to get rid of. No, she's not going to get rid of them. She's funded by the same people that she says that she's against.
That movie.
No, wait, excuse me. I do have enthusiasm for that kind of investigation. I don't think it will be easy to make it happen, but
No, you don't. You just fought against the concept. You just fought against the concept, you stupid idiot. Oh.
Absolutely. It would take an act of Congress to have that kind of investigation. And if we have enough progressives in Congress, or actually that might even be conservatives in Congress, that to me isn't even about left or right. I would absolutely support full accounting of what actually happened during COVID. In fact, I think absolutely it should happen.
No, you're not going to do that. You're saying that right now just to shut people up. But again, there are countless tweets, there are countless people where you back the people that support what you're saying that you're going to get rid of or you're opposing. No, you're not. There are receipts. There are videos. There are tweets. There are interviews that totally contradict what she's saying. She's going on Jimmy Dore right here, so that way she can basically, for the same reason as she went on Fox News 1 or 2 years ago, to totally say, oh my God, I can't believe the left and the Democrats are so evil. I can't believe these people are evil and they're so cruel, and the other people are so nice. Then why are you smearing the people that you say were nice to you and supporting the people that you said were jerks? How does anybody take this lady seriously?
If you're a guitar player and you're trying to learn music theory so you can sound good, stop right now because you're wasting your time. I'm going to show you.
Well, that certainly puts you outside the Democratic Party for sure. So
Yeah, it does. She wants to be like this kind of like socialist sort of person, but the thing is that if you're for the people and you want people's prosperity, that is the polar opposite of what, because I'm more on par, and P45 was more on par with Kennedy. And she paints herself, she wants to be like that. She wants to be like Kennedy. But what was his word? What's the line that he's known for? Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And the people that this lady panders to, totally supports the antithesis of that.
Many things do, Jimmy, obviously.
So-
Maybe we'll get to
Yeah, nervous laughter.
some of them. Yeah, I am not with the
Again, nervous laughter.
that's really so. Tell me so I said the same thing to RFK Jr. when he came on the show, because here they're not going to give you a debate, right? So they're not going to let you debate him, and you and then his allies brush off the call for a debate. And so what I told RFK Jr. was, you'd be better off running as a Republican, because Republicans don't have super delegates, and the reason why the Democrats have the super delegates is so someone like you can't win, and so you'll never win. And so why run inside the Democratic Party? Why not run outside the Democratic Party?
Especially, do you know what? I will say this. If Marianne Williamson ran for Green Party, if she ran for or Libertarian Party or like a third party, kudos, and that's integrity. But she is all backed by let's just call it what it is, the cabal. She's bought and paid for by the cabal, and she knows it. That's why she's not going to leave the party of the cabal. Because if she were to leave the cabal, guess what? She's not going to be relevant anymore. No one's going to give a two craps and a bang on who she is. This is all relevancies to make sure that she gets like her face fixed, every 5 seconds.
Well, the question, everything that you're saying is true. I mean, I don't know that last sentence, they'll never let. The issue is whether or not you could ever create a situation where they didn't have the choice.
They literally assassinated Kennedy because he was not on the side of the cabal. He was attempting to destroy from within, and he got murdered for it by the same people who were supposed to be supporting him, which was the government. Killed him. That wasn't part of the agenda. The Civil Rights Act, the Civil Rights Bill, that wasn't part of the agenda.
That's number one. One could also say about someone, let's say like Cornel West, why are you running as a third party that will never win? I think whether it's Cornel or Bobby or myself, each of us has to just go in that direction that our own gut says is the place where we could be most helpful. You know, there are many ways when it comes to the corporate tyranny that now dominates this country,
Oh, the corporations are bad. Corporations are bad. Okay, yeah, I understand corporatism and cronyism is bad. I'll agree with you there. But girl, where the heck would you be without corporatism? You are the definition of a corporatist. Who pumps out your books? Who endorses you? Corporatists. Don't act like you're not funded by those people.
oligarchic system that has really, for all intents and purposes, replaced democracy.
Democracy is good for small countries, but democracy, you don't know what democracy is. Our democracy, look, the House of Representatives is democracy. And I want to give a brief history, and I might be wrong, and do your research on this just in case if I'm incorrect. But democracy was an ancient Greek formula, because they had city-states, and every city-state had a king, right? So they needed to get like a House of Representatives who represented the kings and all these other things. Sorry for the background noise. They needed all these things. That's obnoxious as heck. Sorry about that, everybody. I live in an apartment complex, so please forgive me for that. But first of all, democracy is very government heavy. It's very government heavy, which again is the antithesis of the Constitution. This country is a constitutional republic. Our democracy, look at what's going on in like blue states. What's going on in blue states and in blue counties, they're running to the red states and red counties. Because democracy is very authoritarian. The Austrian painter of the 30s and 40s took after the Democratic Party. And the same thing with Castro. And same thing with Bernie Sanders.
If you look at it one way, it's all locked up. But I believe that there's going to be a break. Now, everybody is part of it. One person feels I'm going to do a podcast. Another person feels I'm going to start a TV network. Another person feels I'm going to write a book. Another person feels I'm going to run for office. I think we all have to just continue to put our energy out in whatever way possible to create a force field that is a genuine fundamental alternative.
A force field that's genuine alternative. Okay, so then what the heck are you doing to do that? You're not saying F the establishment. You're actually supporting the establishment, girl. You're funded by them. You're supported by billionaires. And now you're saying I want platforms that derail from billionaires. And I remember arguing with a simp of hers and saying how capitalism is bad. It's killed so many people. And and on one side of his mouth, and then the other side of his mouth, he says, well, she's rich and she can do whatever the heck she wants. Okay, so are you for capitalism or are you against capitalism? Rules for thee, but not for me. Give me money. F you, give me money. That's her motto.
To oligarchy and a real way to help save our democracy. There's each person has to just go where they feel that their skills, their expertise can be best put to use. And I think all of it is building energy. That
we have to understand that a democracy, if you were to, you have to, she needs to understand, and this is why I think she's either evil or she's stupid, where if you, she's saying that we need to have a democracy yet have free will. I'm sorry, but you can't have, like, we need more, like, strong government control. We need to make sure that we have an authoritarian government where everything is monitored by the government, all the while living in a prosperous free will society. Those things are polar opposite, girl. Which do you want? Do you want, like, things, a centralized economy, or do you want free market?
it is going to, at some point, in some way, bring the oligarchic house down. And none of us can, certainly
The oligarchic house that which you're funded by and you work for. Smart.
you could say to an abolitionist, there's no way you're going to end slavery. They would have said to a woman suffragist, there's no way you're going to pass the 19th Amendment. They would have said to early labor organizers, there's no way you're going to fight the overreach of the Gilded Age.
Do you see the same strategy of what she did with, as Ishmael did? They always change that. She's moving the goalpost once again. What the heck does that have to do with the price of tea in China, girl?
You could say to civil rights workers, there's no way you're going to desegregate the South. I don't think social justice issues are always promulgated by people who have a
virtue signal. Virtue signal. That's all it is. Pander, pander, pander. Virtue signal, pander. That's all she's doing right now. She has no legitimate argument. Jimmy Dore just totally trashed this lady.
Guarantee that the result is going to be what they want it to be when they want it to be. That's not how doing the right thing. When you're thinking of doing the right thing, it's not because you feel a guarantee you're going to have the result, a certain kind of result.
Define the right thing. The right thing is very subjective. Do you want to know what the ultimate right thing is, though? Letting people live life as the way they see it. If you want to live your life as a freaking unicorn, or if you're some other kid and you want to live your life, if you're 35, 40 years old and you identify as a freaking as a baby and you need your diapers changed, whatever, only in America, only in the US. Whatever, only in the US. Do you. But none of what you said permits that. She starts off with all of this, and then I've had arguments with these people. They gaslight and say, "Oh, well, don't you want freedom for everybody and peace for everyone?" Well, then you're a red. You're a hammer and sickle person, if you know what I mean. Really? You can, if you want what's best for the person, you need to give access to, you need to let them have access to resources. But don't be the one and say, "Hey, you need to be like the life preserver." You're not the person. You have to understand that even in democratic and all these other sorts of things, you are the grocery store. I'll walk in to the grocery store and get what I need. But I'm not going to have but here you're saying that we need to deliver your groceries to you. We prep the meals for you and you have to eat whatever we say. But now you're doing a complete 180 from how you started and say, no, everyone should have the rights to free will and this, that, and the third. She just got stumped here. Now she's backpedaling everything that she freaking defended for the first 10 minutes.
But because you have faith that ultimately the right thing is going to happen. Where you are going to be in the assembly line, you can never know. But that should never be one's personal question. It should never be just about you. What's it going to be for me? It should be about what's going to serve the process. And all these squad people that you're talking about, these great progressives in Congress, where are they?
Exactly. Where are they? They're kicked out because they're very authoritarian. They're very, we need to do this, we need to do that, all the while not practicing what they're preaching. AOC a few years ago said, tax the rich. She had a dress on that said, tax the rich, and she was wearing a dress that was crap tons of money, and she was going to an event where it was crap tons of money. We're talking about thousands, where if you are not making at least 6 figures, like mid to high end 6 figures, you're not even going to get in. The same thing. Oh, well, with this lady, that look, Jimmy Dore has the perfect looks for her replies. It's like that. Seriously, it's like, really? That's what you're going with? Okay, yeah, whatever.
Well,
What? So if nobody else is standing up, I will.
Well,
no, you're not standing up for crap, okay? You don't stand up for anything, nor do you stand up for anyone besides yourself. When you say we need to do this, we need to do that, you need to understand, what's the old saying? With great power comes great responsibility. We live at an age where people want power, especially the people that she's on the side. They want the power, they want the attention. However, they don't want the responsibility. Never once have I ever seen this lady take accountability for her words, her behavior, her stances. She just panders and preaches and tells how you should live your life. Meanwhile, she ain't going about her own rules. Very much like Ishmael, very much a lot of other people in this community. Total freaking hypocrites.
they're out. They're also out there being pro-war. So that's the biggest issue right now. As we saw, how much money do you think we should send to Ukraine? We sent over $100 billion, while there are people living under every bridge in America, and 80% of workers live paycheck to paycheck. How much money do you think we should have sent to Ukraine?
I don't think that's the correct question. I think the correct question should be like, do you support the fact that we're draining the poor dry and basically increasing the homeless population? How are you going to refund the country? How are you going to refund this? How are you going to make the dollar strong again, or the economy boom back? This girl is a warmonger. I bet you anything she's going to say, well, we need to fund these, and because this is for the right cause. The right cause for what? Hiding P46's record? Hiding his reputation? Because this isn't a war for defense here. This is a distraction. This is a smokescreen. And there are people being murdered for morons like her.
858. We have 858 billion that goes into our yearly defense budget.
Yeah, to fund for murder. You're all for murder, girl. Sorry.
So the overspending by the military is a huge issue, of which Ukraine is a small part.
Is it? Ukraine's a small part? Ukraine is laundering money from the United States and others. People are being murdered out in the freaking cold. Meanwhile, their prime minister or president or whatever is out on freaking vacation with freaking Justin Trudeau and all of the other quote unquote democratic people. Oh, sorry if I'm ranting, people, but truthers like her who pretend to be anti-establishment and pro-humanitarian. Meanwhile, if you disagree with them, they don't care. They couldn't care less whether or not that they're murdered. I'm sorry, and I'll check the chat room if when we're done with this.
And the fact that we are not funding the people of the United States and the actualization of their dreams is, to me, basically the reason I'm running.
You're running? Oh, okay. So you're running for the same reason why P45 is running. Okay, then by your own definition, girl, you're an authoritarian. You're the second coming of the Austrian painter. Oh my God. You just effed on for someone for doing what you said that you're going to do. Yeah, and Jimmy Dore is giving that face again. It's like, we already had somebody like that years ago, and you said that he was evil. Okay, then by your own definition, girl, you're evil. Doesn't the lack of self-awareness or the double standards, man. That's what D stands for, double standard.
But I don't see that as dependent on whether or not we're spending money on Ukraine.
So
you absolutely are. Shut up. And it's disgusting. This has been worse than, this is even more pointless and useless than the freaking Vietnam War. It's even more pointless and useless than the Iraq wars. You people were outraged, especially her who grew up in the 60s. They used to chant no more war. But when P44 was doing it, no one batted an eye. They're all guilty of doing the same thing. The reason why she hates P45 and amongst others, it's because he actually is. He actually does what people like her say that they're going to do, but roll over and reveal that they're freaking corporatists. Which she is.
So $100 billion, which they say could end homelessness 4 times over in the United States.
That's something that she's not addressing. That's one thing that people like her that say we need to do this, we need to do that, are not focusing on. They don't care about the freaking homelessness. There are tons of homeless people in the blue areas where I live. High taxes, high rent. Now California where I live. I saw not too long ago they're trying to do a rent tax. For what? Taxation. First of all, if we were paying high taxes and it was actually being brought back and helping our education system and our roads and our food and all this other stuff, I would totally be behind it. But California is one of the highest tax states, and yet it's in the bottom half in terms of education. Please help me. Please, someone help me make that make sense.
It's not a lot of money.
That's not the issue. The issue is that you could say that about.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Who made you relevant?
Any of the money that we spend.
Who made you relevant, girl?
On the $2 trillion tax cut that should be repealed, where 83 cents of every dollar went to the highest earners and the richest corporations.
Again, that which you backed, and you corporations. What are you going to be doing against them? You are propped up by by those people. You honestly think everybody who's considering voting for her or thinking that she's the savior, do you honestly think that she is going to destroy and turn on the people who fill her pockets? No, she's not.
Billions of dollars we give in subsidies to corporations that are already making billions of dollars. Plus the fact.
So why do you think it is that we can, at the drop of a hat, send $100 billion to Ukraine, the most corrupt country in Europe, but we can't fund our own homelessness in America? Why do you think that is?
Marianne, what are you going to say? That is one of the most amazing questions anyone in history has ever asked a politician, or just even a humanitarian such as yourself. What are you going to do about this? How are you going to address the people starving on the streets? How are you going to address it? Are you going to, because people vote with their wallet. Are you going to bring us out of the wars and say no more funding for you? Are you going to do what P45 did and try to make peace deals? Because war is profitable for the corporations and for other foreign governments. The same thing of what you're complaining about. So, are you going to end the wars? Let's see what she says. I bet you anything she's going to dodge this.
Because funding homelessness in America does not serve anybody's corporate bottom line.
Oh, God. You're running to help the homeless and you help fix the economy, yet you're saying who gives a crap about the homeless? How does anybody take this lady seriously? How? I need an answer. Answer in the comments section or in the chat. How does this make any freaking sense?
And so this war is for corporate bottom line.
It's for that. And people need to understand that the big government and big corporations go hand in hand. People don't want to admit this, or maybe not even recognize this. But the proto type of this was the phone book, where private entities would consume your data, will put your data so that way other people can look you up. But it was it was pretty much a corporation that was printing out those things. So you basically were selling your rights and all this other stuff in your private information, so that way people can locate you. Little did many people know, just for convenience, they were also giving these things to private entities that the government was gonna use. You don't think that the government installs your address? You don't think that they look up and they use corporations as their personal surveillance cameras? Of course they do. The government and big government and big tech are the same entity. And I spoke to people who say that they're communists and they're all for big government. Oh, well, it's big government, and it's if we had government regulation, people need to understand that the government is a distributor. It doesn't create anything. They need corporations to create. Okay? They need corporations to massively create things, whether if it's cameras or weapons or you name it. They need corporations to create their utilities and to enable their utilities. The government distributes, corporations create. They create the product to distribute, and corporations also distribute as well. So how can you say we need to get rid of these people, the mega corporations and big tech, big corporate, big pharma? Meanwhile, you're saying, oh, well, we rely on those things for we rely on massive production, big tech, big corporate, for massive distribution for other people for free. But we charge them and restrict them from their pockets. So instead of private entities making their own products, or even having smaller entities creating their own products for the same reasons, we're going to rely on this main source, this key distributor that relies on something where the quality is less than half ours.
Definitely on this one, it is true that this happens to be making money for Northrop Grumman, Boeing, and
so it's not really about helping the people, because if it was about helping the people, we'd start here first, right?
We would. Marianne, you better not deflect this.
No, actually, listen,
No,
Jimmy,
we start over, and you.
Oh, typical.
Great.
We're going to just sit here and you're going to.
I'm sorry I gave you a tough question. Now try to answer it.
Not about that.
She can't answer it. She can't. And she says, oh, it's not about that. People like her do this all the time. This is when you know that they have no argument and you destroyed them. He just humiliated her and say, oh, no, it's not about that. Then what is it about? Oh, you don't know what it's about. It's about your ego. That's what it's about. An ego that serves nothing for the people. It's just affirmation by the Joneses. Meanwhile, P45 got affirmation from the Commonwealth, from the peasants. from the people, from the working class. You're getting affirmation by the Joneses, but you're saying F the Joneses. I'm anti-Jones. What a fraud. People like this are frauds. That includes Ishmael, because they talk exactly like this. They talk as if they know what the heck they're talking about, and then when you call them out and ask, oh, you said something interesting. So you just said this. Can you back it up? Oh, well, that's not what I said. Or it's not about that. Ishmael, I've seen Ishmael do that all the freaking time. Ugh. Especially with Karen Cassidy. Oh my God. We need to react to that at some point. That was gold.
I do not believe that if only we were not supporting Ukraine, all that money would then go to help the homeless in America.
Well,
then why do you support it, you stupid idiot? Why do you support it? And I wouldn't be surprised if this thing gets flagged because Marianne is going to be in my possibly in the chat box or possibly in the comment section under a stupid alias. Wouldn't shock me, or one of her handlers or one of her simps. God.
What? Why
I
would?
just don't. Because that's
So
how America
you're still.
operates. You know that, Jimmy.
So okay. So you're. I mean, you're the one who said.
Yep. He's throwing back he's rehashing and throwing back everything that she said, and she's outright saying, I didn't say that, or I don't know. Anyone who says or acts like this is not for real in any capacity. Anyone who acts or says like this in any capacity has no argument. They are rebels without causes. They don't know what their causes are. They think they do, and then when you restate the nuances of what they're saying, then they're saying, oh, no, I'm not about that. Jimmy Dore just asked her, not just asked her, just basically rehashed and said back to what she was saying and say, well, idiot.
The reason why we don't take that money and give it to homeless people is because of corporate corruption. And that's why we take the money and give it to corporations in the form of military aid to Ukraine. You're the one who just said that.
However,
Checkmate. Are you seriously going to try to debunk that, Marianne? Game over. But she's going to try to claim herself as the victor in this. People like her, especially commies who think are all about morality and not practice, who don't practice what they preach. This happens all the time.
no.
So you're for corporate corruption in Ukraine before we fix homelessness.
Yep. That's exactly what she said. And what are you going to be saying, Marianne? Are you going to derail this and say, no, I'm not? Yeah, the heck you are. Stop lying.
Can I get in there? I mean,
you got in there and you did get in there multiple times, Marianne. You shifted the goalpost. You even said it's not about that. You're deflecting. And then now you're being called out on your nonsense. And And now you're saying, "Oh, can I get in on this?" No, you can't. Not because you're not forbidden, but because you just got totally you just humiliated yourself. You humiliated yourself, girl. And the irony in all this is, spoiler alert here,
I mean,
Yeah, please stop
and-
pretending that I'm not letting you talk, okay? Stop doing that.
no, will you stop? I don't.
I'm the victim. You don't let me speak. You don't let me speak. He let you speak. And you speak idiocy. He exposed you. Everybody. Everybody. If you have somebody who's thinking of her or anyone who supports her work, share this video. Share this video, whether if it's this stream, I'll leave the link of this video in the description. This is public humiliation. Come on, play. Sorry, there.
Always been an honorable interviewer with me before, and this.
And
is
I'm
not,
being so right now, so quit pretending.
Yep. Sorry for the loading, people. This is the internet.
believe that you are. However,
What the heck did she just say? Let's go back 5 seconds.
with me before, and this.
And
is
I'm
not,
being so right now, so quit pretending.
believe that you are. However,
Smart ass. I'm believing you are. Yeah. Snarky. Like a freaking little teenage girl.
the fact that there are some neocons with whom
Okay. So now it's neocons. Now it's the pointing finger. Now it's another deflection, and zero accountability for your talking points. I'm smart. You're stupid. I'm right. You're wrong. Okay, explain how you're right. Just you see how she's having a brain glitch right now? This happens all the time with these people.
on this issue, I agree on some things. You could talk about Matt Gaetz. You would talk about Matt Gaetz and his views on Africa. I probably agree with him on military installations in Africa. We have 750 military installations around the world in 80.
This has nothing to do with who she lost. Now it's about neocons. You want to know why? She has no argument. When you don't earned in high school, we did we had to do a debate, and it was about euthanasia, and we had to say why euthanasia was bad and not good. And one of the first rules on the paper is like, as soon as you start attacking the person or you start going off on a tangent, you are automatically disqualified because you don't have because you don't have an argument. she doesn't have an argument. Come on.
Countries. One of the first things I do is unilaterally start closing some of those. But that doesn't mean I agree with Matt Gaetz on everything. There are conservatives sometimes who I would agree with on certain things, and that would be an example. That doesn't mean I agree with him on everything.
Well,
Yeah, you're so nuanced, aren't you?
Marianne, I wish you luck in your campaign. Thanks for coming on, and
But thank you anyway, and I appreciate
Yeah, nervous laughter. She knows she got rammed.
seeing you, and I wish you the best always.
okay, right back at you. Come see our live.
That was painful. God. Let's see what we got going. Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally, Celeste. Oh, God. Th- that was that was painful. Ugh. An hour. That was a whole hour and a half. I could do another one, but I could do another one because there's another this stream might be very, very long. I actually might be doing a few hours worth of this, and then I might have to try to find a way to chop it up into pieces because all of this is really, really delicious. Um, ugh. Yeah, I do remember Jens K. Oh God, that was awful. How does everybody feel? How does everybody feel? Should we do one more? Hmm? Should we do another? Yeah. Thank you, Celeste. Oh, should we do another one, or is that good for today? Because I do want to get on to a couple of others. She's done like two others. She did two others. And I also want to get on to like the some other topics, as I said, med beds and the solar flash. Okay, well, so I want to end on a. We can do this. We can do this again. We can do this again. I've got more Marianne versus Jimmy Dore. Holy smokes! Yeah, you're right. It is good for today because that was agony. Um, However, let's actually take a look at some good news. Hopefully, good news. So I'm gonna share. So let's share the screen here again. Everybody can everybody see this or no? Whoop. Cause can anybody see the screen when I was hold on. I don't think they could. Um, can anybody see this? I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that people can see the screen here. Um, tell me if you can, because this is actually interesting. Uh, so hold up here. Just give me a minute. No, it doesn't look like you can see my screen. So let me see how I can do that. Um, because I do want to, because I really do want to share this. Um, okay, so let me see. Let me see if this is working. Uh, oh, oh, here we go. So, by the looks and sounds of it, I'm not all for uh I'm trying to share my screen here. Here we go. Yeah, so sorry everyone. This is getting a little loaded, but but actually there's a good news Whoa, I don't know what in the world that was. There was a glitch there for a few minutes. So, oh, yeah, but I see we have several more live viewers. Um, I sincerely apologize for the little mishap there, but we're gonna go on to a to some like article news. Something good here. All right, we already covered Marianne Williamson and roasted her. We'll roast her again Monday because she whenever she's on she's just it's just amazing. So let's go on to something here. A closer look at the Tesla medbeds. Tesla medbed technology generates okay. Simulate self repair in all cells as monitor already ensures that you are in good health, improves the future healthcare. So even though this has been labeled as a conspiracy, or um by the looks and sound of it, but do you know but what I have issue with is if I just don't want Elon Musk uh monopolizing. I just don't health and stuff like that. Um so updated February okay, so this is from a few months ago. Or earlier this year. So um so imagine how life would be if you had an artificial AI based system that can scan, diagnose, treat, and prevent occurrence of medical issues. I am not for that. I am not for AI dictating what I should do and how I should do it. You don't have to imagine it anymore. It's known as a medbed or medbed. It uses Nikola Tesla technology and can rejuvenate your health to help lead a healthy life without any pain. This built-in AI technology declares the sci-fi frequency medicine of the future. Moreover, the medbed is the true wonder of advanced medicine. So what is the Nikola Tesla medbed? So would you like to wonder? It's a real wonder. Keep reading. Okay, blah 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 blah. What is it? What is a Tesla medbed? The Tesla medbed is generates a technology field of restorative life force energy to stimulate the self repair of all cells, as mentioned already. It ensures that you're in good health to be the future the future of healthcare. Because Tesla MedBed Generator is safe, non-invasive, natural, and effective, it is approved by the Class 2 U.S. Food and Drug Administration. However, they're just not ordinary electric beds. These med beds work on the basis of quantum technology and AI to heal your body. Male med beds are three types: regeneration med bed, holographic med bed, rejuvenation, and registration med bed. Oh, okay. So what is the working? So as mentioned, Tesla works on the principle of quantum healing, this is all really interesting. I honestly hope that this is legitimate and this is not just some nonsense. But in all honesty, let me tell you this. I honestly think that this might be a huge success. It might be used, and I'm not gonna say, just as long as it's not. What I'm scared of is this being monopolized. You in Tesla exclusive med beds, and he doesn't permit competition. That's one thing that I don't really appreciate. Um, so the working two frequencies in a square form with 50% duty cycle because it is an AI machine. There is no need to select voltage. Again, I don't like the fact that he's using AI because I mean, like, AI is programmed. Is programmable. I don't know. There needs to be like he needs to make sure that all this stuff is Vita tested or beta tested, as people say it. In Greek, it's a Vita, so Vita tested. Complete body scan, precise frequency via frequency emission. Hundreds of medical conditions and diseases are mapped in a database containing more than 10,000 distinct frequency patterns. To examine the scan output, multiple algorithms will be developed. These algorithms will be cross-checked with existing database to figure out the cause of the disease. Once the cause is determined, these medbeds will be turned in to deliver accurate treatment. But the thing is that he's going to need like every single possible scenario. He's going to need to the AI to know every blood type, every possible genetic malfunction, every possible brain cell malfunction. It's like this is going to be this is this is kind of scary when corporations are colluding, maybe not colluding, but collaborating with big pharma. When big tech collaborates with big pharma, I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of should raise at least one eyebrow and be at least somewhat concerning. MedBed generates Tesla waves to significantly boost the energy potential to set to 70 microvolts. I'm not familiar with that sort of lingo. So what are the advantages? Healing coil is complete. Furthermore, the Tesla healing coil at varied frequencies naturally uses life force to improve cellular function, increase energy level, restore healing ability, limbs back to normal, and ultimately reverse aging. As we grow older, we may not remain young and active at all time. You will require more sleep to recharge your mind and body. This is where MedBed naturally helps. It delivers high quality sleep to improve cognitive function, provide mental focus, increase memory, bring pain relief, and offer more immunity. So basically, this is basically what the DS and the Cabal is what the DS is trying to do with themselves. Right now they have the adrenaline juice, if you know what I mean. But now it's not going to be the adrenaline juice. It's going to be more on par with actual frequencies, and I love how he's getting into this. I love how you're promoting natural intake. However, I don't know if it talks about erasing certain mental disabilities. Like, especially me with cognitive functioning because of my seizures. Health benefits for practical benefits is required, but there's no need to struggle and get um, fatigue, aging, diabetes. One thing that I don't like is dementia, trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder, Alzheimer's. What about epilepsy? I don't see that about epilepsy. At an article, a 2018 article published in the BMC Medical Informance's decisions to report med beds can easily be incorporated into monitoring and delivery services, deliver better conditions for patients. So people are asking when the med beds arrive. The med beds are already here, but you honestly think that the DS and you got Fauci and all these other people are gonna want you to be healthy? Then let me tell you this: if you're fully healthy and you can just rejuvenate through a med bed, what the hell is the point of medicine? There is none. Anyways, we're gonna go to one more article and then we're gonna call it a day. So give me like 1 second here. We're gonna stop sharing that, and we're gonna share this other article, and then we're gonna call it a day. So here we go. Hold on. I can't find. Oh, did this just happen? Oh, this happened yesterday. This was uploaded yesterday. So everybody check this out. So
solar flare erupted from the sun, causing radio blackouts across North America and the Pacific Ocean. The flare was classified as an X1.5 on the solar flare scale. An X1.5 flare can emit energy equivalent to billions of hydrogen bombs. The flare caused radio communications to be disrupted in the western United States and the Pacific Ocean. The radio blackouts affected amateur radio operators, air traffic controllers, and GPS users across the U.S. The blackouts lasted for several hours, but they have since subsided. Space weather forecasters are warning that there could be more solar flares on the way. The sun is currently escalating towards the peak of its 11-year activity cycle, predicted to take place in July 2025.
July 2025, everybody. Put that on your calendars. predicted to take. So all of this is predicted to happen in July 2025 by a lot of by astronomers. And do you know when that what beauty of that is about 2025? P45 might be P47. P45 might be back. And when that happens, we're going to have all these solar flares and solar flashes. The med beds are going to be public. And also, the wars are going to be over. The DS knows that this is coming. Hence why they're on their last breath. They're grasping for straws because they know that everything is almost pretty much done. So yeah. This is good news. This is extremely good news.
Hence, the sun is expected to produce more powerful flares in the coming months. To get regular space updates, follow The Secrets of the Universe.
We shall. We shall, everybody. That is promising. Anyways, I hope, well, that was fun, wasn't it? Besides the connection hiccup, of course. Anyways, be on the lookout for today. Well, not be on the lookout for today, but I hope you all enjoyed that. You might have to skip around a little bit because my connection really messed up a little bit towards the end. Or like the second half. Share this with your friends, and we're going to continue on with some more of these talks. We're going to react to more Marianne Williamson. You come Monday, or maybe no. Monday is going to be actually busy for me because I've got a show to attend. I think Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday. Yeah. So come that time, come Monday, it's going to be yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. But however, we can keep this in suspense for Wednesday. All right? So I'll see everybody Wednesday. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Definitely share this stream. Not only because not only to get me to 5,000 subscribers, but also so the echoes expand. I'll see you next time.